Hello, lacrosse friends, and welcome to Arena Lacrosse League action. We are back at Children's Arena in Oshawa for what seems the first time in a long time. The schedule just tended to be out towards the western side of the Arena League East, but we are now here with not the Burlington Blaze, that is the Toronto Monarchs, who are sitting in a three-way tie for second place with Peter this weekend. They're 3-2. They've won their last two games. Down at the other end of the floor, we have a team on the opposite trajectory. The Oshawa Outlaws have lost their last three games, dropping them to 1-4 and into last place in the Arena Lacrosse League. We are ready to go here. The Monarchs are wearing the Blaze jerseys that they have worn, I believe, at one other time this year, but want to make sure we can see the difference between the teams. I think we have a new speaker system. The music is loud, but it will hopefully stop when play gets going. And I can understand the PA announcements pre-game, so that would be awesome if that's the case within the game as well. Ryan Haig will take the opening draw, as he tends to do for the Outlaws, and on the other side is Ben Heidecker for the Monarchs. Most of the Monarchs players are wearing their usual numbers, but several do have some different ones, so let's keep an eye out, and I'll do the best I can. We have an early jump by Haig. Heidecker is going to get first possession, and the Monarchs will start with the ball. They head into the offensive zone with Tanner Buck carrying it, one of their top scorers. A duck underneath, drive to the net, hard bouncer. Taken there. That was Cody Ennis wearing the 3 tonight instead of his usual 6. Luke Laskowitz now has played just one game for the Outlaws so far, but had 10 points, including 6 goals in that game. Nothing happened on that first shift. The goalie has pulled what on earth? I'm not sure why Jackson Brown was over at the bench. I must have missed something at the backside. I don't know if they thought there was a delay penalty. There's a rebound. John St. John, leading scorer for the Outlaws, with 29 points, 26 of those assists. So look for that a lot. St. John to Laskowitz, although they can switch that around. They've played together a fair bit and know each other quite well. Moving forward is Devin Dunkerley. Sorry, that was Graydon Foulon. And here we have Riley Ford with the ball. Going to the net, watched by Ben McDonald. Tries to get underneath. McDonald stays with him. Up to the top to Liam Aston, and he rips at the first goal of the night. 1-0 for the Monarchs, just a minute 16 into the game. Aston hasn't played a ton. He is with the Ottawa Blackwolves as well, so he has not been here lots. The Monarchs' leading scorer is Ty Jesso, but he is not here tonight. So Tanner Buck with 26 points, including 15 goals. You can look to carry a lot of the load. Nate Senna is their third leading scorer, also not here. Neither is Isaiah Moran-Weeks, their fifth leading scorer. So 3 of the top 5 for the Monarchs out of the lineup tonight for various reasons. Be interesting to see if Oshawa can take advantage of that. Oshawa feels they've got their strongest lineup of the season ready to roll. Here's a sidearm rip stop by Jackson Brown, who is firmly between the pipes at this point. Another shot coming. That one was blocked out front. Still rolling loose on the floor. Scooped up Zach Terry with a diving attempt. Sorry, that was Tanner Buck. That's his Wings helmet he's wearing. So Tanner Buck with a great putback chance. Couldn't quite come up with it, though. Paul Hanrahan takes the ball into the offensive zone for Oshawa. Leaves it there for Laskowitz. Mentioned St. John leading the Outlaws with 29 points. Zach Terry has 23, including 17 goals, among the tops in the league in that category. Trying to reach up and grab them was Sam Haynes. Just out of his reach. We're going to have a loose ball foul, and the ball will go to the Outlaws. Gareth Haig, the third leading scorer, with 19 points for Oshawa. So they've got their top guys here. Should be an interesting battle. Oshawa has not had an issue scoring points this year, as Terry gets that for them. Tries the dunk. Haynes throws the arms up. Nice stop by Haynes on the dunk attempt. Oshawa, they're in last place despite scoring 14.2 goals, 4 per game. That's 4th overall in the league and up close with the league leaders. But they're 6th in goals against. They've been giving up 15.8. That is the problem that makes them a -8 on the season. There's a battle for this loose ball. It's through the crease, and it'll be Oshawa possession. At the other end, Toronto hasn't been scoring a ton with 12.6 goals. That's tied for 7th overall. So they're at the bottom of the standings, but they're second overall in goals against, just 11 per game. So, Toronto wants a relatively low scoring game. Oshawa's hoping they can keep scoring at the pace they have and just trim things up a little bit. Haig with the forecheck pressure. Nice little shift there by Devin Dunkerley. Gets it up to Foulon, but that one's picked off. But Hickey loses it. Wow, that's nice. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty nifty play, but Jason Crawford had the stick knocked out of his hand, so he just took his opponent's stick with the ball. It's a great play if it works. Problem is his stick's all black and the opponent's stick was all white. Pretty easy to spot the difference. Here's John St. John. Feeds it through. Got to Zach Terry. Went up there to play it. They're saying it went off. Yeah, 2 officials saying there was a touch. So it will remain Oshawa possession. They've got a full 30 on the shot clock. Laskowitz rams one down by the feet of Haynes, but that's no go. And here comes Foulon once again coming forward. Hands it off to Buck. Buck spinning away from his check. Flirts with the center line, but they're all right. Aston moved it back in. That's Innes on the far side. Back to Aston. Back to Innes. Buck in the middle, and coming across the top is Ford. Ford wants it back, but it's going to be a long distance shot. That one stopped. Fresh 30, though, or fresh 20. Oh, no, it is 30. We're going to have to double check. There's been a change, and we're going to straight 30 on resets. It had been a 20-second reset on second possessions in the offensive zone. And there's a goal for Josh Gilray. Flying down. That's going to tie things up 1-1. Haig lining up this time. Against Mason Kaminga. Looking forward to hearing the goal announcement because we're hoping we've got a new PA system that we can hear. Here we go. That is lovely. Clear as clear. Love that. Jackson Brown, the goalie, getting an assist. Heard all that. Hands are getting the other assist on that Josh Gilray goal. We're approaching the 5-minute mark into this period. Gilray looking for another one. That one's turned aside. Sure, that was Hanrahan with the shot. Outlet pass. Pretty good work there by Devin Dunkerley. So he had to wait for the ball to get to him. Was able to fight off Braden Hickey. Hickey's back to play some D here. He will be the 4th lefty, but looks like he's playing some defensive shifts as well. Nice scoop off the turf there by Max McPherson. Flying down the turf. It's a 3-on-1. It's going to shoot and miss the net. Might want to find one of your leading scorers on the far side on that one rather than trying to shoot through the screen. Now the other way, Buck takes a shot. That one's stopped by Jackson Brown. And he's looking for more as he fires it ahead to McPherson. Gareth Haig is down there. Ben McDonald sets the screen. Now he goes to Haig. That was a little low. That's a tough pass to catch. Monarchs bursting down the floor. Hit the trailer Aston. That one's a little wide. Did it touch? No. Ryan Nolan on the run. Aston hustling back to get on him. Turns him back. Good job by the Monarchs to get their defense out and take away any transition opportunities for Nolan to pass to. Laskowitz thinking about ripping one. He's going to pass down low, though. That's a nice 2-man game. Nolan just couldn't catch the pass. Does come up with the ball. They've got 10 seconds left to shoot. Laskowitz to St. John. Gets by one, gets by another. The trailer, who was running out of time to shoot, had to try and get one away and wasn't able to get it off. So with 8.5 to go, it's still 1-1 here in the first period. Zach Terry with the trail check. That's a hold. Yeah, they got that one. fairly obvious. Terry will go to the bench, to the penalty box. First 2 or less with 8:26 to go. And the Monarchs will go to the power play. Liam Aston's going to start at the top. The other writers will be Noah Kearney is down in the crease and Cody Innes. Nope, sorry, that's it's Nate Laycock down on the crease, number 24. There's Buck with the hard shot. And Ford's the other left as they get a reset. It is back to the 20 seconds. Hard rip is wide. Ford tried to snag it. McDonald all over him. He does get the ball, fights out. Down to Buck. That's going to be a reset and another fresh 20. Monarchs taking their time to set this one up. A lot of perimeter passing. Now just an outside rocket from Aston. Jackson Brown. Oh, trying to hit St. John coming off the bench. He will get off the board. Shoots, but he stepped in the crease. St. John putting some pressure on a shaky pass. And that puts all kinds of trouble for Patrick Thompson. And St. John's going to get it back. It's a 10-second count either way. Or 8-second count. It's going to be Oshawa possession. He'll hand it off. And Hanrahan will set things up. 15 left on the shot clock for Oshawa, so they can kill a good chunk of this penalty. He tries to hit the cutter, Hanrahan at the back door. Snagged there by Buck. Takes a peek behind him. They've got lots of time, more time on the penalty than on the shot clock. So as we're under 7 to play in the first half, still 1-1. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Arena Lacrosse League action. Pretty good start to this game. Big game, as we mentioned. Toronto 3-2 in the thick of the pack. Near the top, Oshawa at 1-4 with 3 straight losses. Bucks pass out. That's a crossbar. Fresh 20 seconds for Toronto. Eight seconds. Looks like Toronto's just going to wait until Terry's released. He'll go to the bench. Oh, maybe they're not. They tried one on the back door. Buck has it, tries to shovel it out. He does. Good strip by Ryan Nolan. Having himself quite a season, and he is off. Flying up the floor. St. John over to Terry. Fresh out of the penalty box. Into the offensive zone. Cuts to the middle. Gets a shot off. Looks like Hickey will recover that one. This time it goes to Toronto. Good job ripping that one up the floor by Nathan Ethier. He'll look to pass their teammate, then saw he had enough time and space to just run it up and ripped into the offensive zone. They're a bit slow, though, getting the change on. So we're down to 11 seconds on the shot clock. Hard rip turned aside by Brown. That'll be a reset if they do, and they do get it back to 20 seconds for Toronto. Oh, a little underhand shovel pass didn't get through from Aston. Scooped up there by Jeff Geddes. Flung it ahead to Adam Horalak, who will head to the bench after leaving it for Luke Laskowicz as we approach the final 5 minutes of this first quarter. Haig trying to fight through the check and feed it over. Nice move and a nice bouncer. John St. John hammers that one home. John St. John coming in with 26 assists and just a trio of goals. But I mentioned earlier, he can shoot the rock as well. And he bounces that one home. Speaking of the rock, here we are with the Toronto Rock's old turf. Love seeing it here. Doesn't the arena look great with the turf? Max McPherson out for this draw against Heidecker. Grabbing it on the run there was Toronto, but it's going to be turned over. That's Aiden Saint. Leaves it there for Hickey. Haig along the far boards, 15 on the shot clock, 4.5 in the first quarter. That's going to go ahead and play, and that will get us to our officials' timeout. With 4:29 to go, it is 2-1 for the Oshawa Outlaws over the Toronto Monarchs in Arena Lacrosse League action here at Children's Arena. We'll be back with the rest of the first quarter. Welcome back, lacrosse friends. Monarchs will start with possession. Riley Ford watched by Nick Webb. Webb's having a very strong season. He's been a difference maker for this club. Ford hands it off. Buck to the far side. Aston down the outside. Jackson Brown had no problem with that one. Rips one ahead to Webb. He's got Terry trailing. Not going to help him much, so he pulls out wisely. All kinds of pressure. Good job evading the force from Chris Harland. St. John back to Haig. The pair combined for the last Oshawa goal that gave them this 2-1 lead that they enjoy. Bouncer, that one's through and in. That's John St. John with his second of the quarter on his offside. St. John just bouncing that one home. It's a couple of bouncers for him. Mason Kaminga back at the dot for Toronto here, up against Ryan Haig. Great clamp by Kaminga. Grabs it himself. Nice little shovel pass ahead. That's a heck of a face-off win. Getting it forward to Noah Kearney. But now the ball turned over, and Haig didn't win the draw, but he did win possession eventually. Over to Ryan Nolan. He's got a cutter off the bench. Shoots it instead, scores. Really nice job by Ryan Nolan on that one to use the cutter as a decoy. I think that was the right decision. As you can see, Hickey was cutting in, but probably not a great lane. Hard for the goalie to see that, though. But he had to believe when his eyes were telling him that Ryan Nolan was going to shoot, or was going to pass, but instead blasts one home. It's 4-1. The 8th place Oshawa Outlaws off to an excellent start. Can they keep it rolling? Diving attempt, but Patrick Thompson has the ball. As he hit the turf, the ball popped out. Unlike football, the ground can cause a fumble here. Nolan throws it back to Jeff Geddes. He'll pop away from a check. Pretty solid bump from Matt Hodgins, but no problem as he rebounds and hands it off here to Josh Gilray. There's St. John. He's feeling it. That was almost, is that? Oh, it is in the gear. Sam Haynes having a little trouble with the ball even when he has possession of it on a free whistle, as that one got away from him. Harlan hands it off. Ford trying to dance through traffic. A pair of Outlaws defenders on him, so he gives it to Buck. Aston through the middle. Ford takes a big hit and another one. Saint and then McDonald pinballed him around. Then Aiden Saint. Great job. Getting position. Oh, just couldn't pick up the ball. The 30 will expire. Saint probably should have just left that one sitting by the end. He was getting pretty laser focused on the ball. Oh, it's a heck of a catch by Haig on that high pass from Hanrahan. Now St. John comes across to Laskowitz, and Hanrahan's going to set a pick. Take a pretty big chop in the process. The roll is there but covered. Good two-man defense. Putting his shoulder down and just trying to blast through the line of scrimmage. Yeah, we're going to keep going with football comparisons here. That's Kaminga. Oh, it did so much, and the ball just popped away. He will manage to goose it over. They're down to 15 on the shot clock. Popped by Cohen Jennings, number 10. They're over to Buck. Little pick set for Buck. He's going to rip one. Jackson Brown makes the stop. Another look. Another save by Brown. That was Jennings on the putback attempt. Or sorry, Nora Kearney. I tell you, when Jackson Brown is seeing it and feeling it, he can be almost unbeatable. He can be spectacular. Now, like most goalies, that's not happening every day, but he is looking pretty sharp here. St. John rips one. Zach Terry driving in. He's got the ball. He's going to land in the crease. They had a stick on top of his stick. There wasn't a whole lot he could do with it except try to get to the net. Couldn't get it clear. Goes into the crease. Here comes Toronto. Nice pass on the run. Driving attempt, and that is a great goal. What a finish there from Nate Laycock. Blasting through to the net, fighting off the defenders. .3 seconds to go here in the first quarter. The Monarchs pull within a pair. See if they can maintain the momentum with Ben Heidecker coming to the dot up against Ryan Haig, as we saw at the beginning. Wow. It's not often you see the face-off guy jump before the whistle even blows. Well, before the whistle, like land and be completely clamped before the whistle ever goes. Roger Nurse didn't even blow his whistle. Now he'll blow it to announce possession for Oshawa with 40 seconds left. See, I don't think they're going to go for a 2-for-1 because it wouldn't really work great for them. St. John's going to drive to the net, tries behind the back. That's going to get out of play, and that will give Toronto possession with 30 seconds left. So Haynes can go to the bench. They are going to take a timeout. So Nick Krepensek and his staff, he's the head coach for Toronto. They will talk to their players. Ryan Kelly and Spencer James, the assistant coaches. At the other end, we've got co-head coaches Andy Glenn and Ryan McMichael. So they're going to talk to their D. They're going to get Jackson Brown all ready to roll for this possession. And we're going to see 6 Toronto Monarchs on the floor. Sam Haynes will come to the bench. See Haynes to the left of that Toronto bench with the blue helmet. He's going to stay there. Right now he's standing on the floor, but if you look at the gathering in front of the bench, the forwards, are there 6 of them in there? Actually, there's only 5 guys. No, there's a 6. Okay, yeah, there are 6. We'll see what Kelly has to say to them. Buck's going to start with possession back in the Toronto zone. Brown goes to his crease. Haynes goes to the bench. We've got 26.7 seconds. Pretty feisty down around the crease. You can see the jousting in front. That's been going on since before play was even blown in. Now Buck will shoot, labeled top corner, but Jackson Brown just got enough of it. Half a second left. They're not getting another shot. And after 15 minutes of play, it'll be 4-2 for the Oshawa Outlaws. We're going to go to a break, and we'll be back with more Arena Lacrosse League action after this quick break. Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to Children's Arena here in Oshawa. 4-2 for the hometown Outlaws against the Toronto Monarchs. Heidegger and Haig back at the dot. Roger Hurst with a very gentle blow of the whistle that time, but it was enough to launch the players into action. And that ball launched down to the Oshawa end where Jackson Brown comes away with it. Jake Strocher into the offensive zone. Everyone's kind of getting used to being back here. It's just the quirk of the schedule. And just a bunch of games out at the track in Toronto, in Oakville, at the Brampton Memorial Arena, and the ILA. Good to be back in Children's. Monarchs on the run, looking to force their way inside on that 4-2 lead. He's going to shoot on the run, trying to decide what he wants to do. Devin Dunkley decides to have a rip. Pretty good job taking away the passing option. Haven't seen an indication of what the call is yet. Just 42 seconds into the second quarter. Still no indication. Oh, okay. The officials are discussing. Might be deciding whether it's a minor or a major. So it's a boarding minor. And Liam Aston will start with possession for the Monarchs. Nick Krepensack is curious why that wasn't a major. Looks like he grudgingly accepts Roger Nurse's explanation. And we're ready to go. Webb and Hanser at the top. Nolan and Weller down low on the penalty kill. Aston at the top. Gets across to forward. He tried to feed it through us, knocked down, and swatted ahead. Nice play there by Kobe Hanser. He comes up with it. He's got Webb who's going to drive through. Oh, big save. Sam Haynes forced into a tough one. Nice job. I wasn't sure Webb had much of a chance, but he created one. Pretty good opportunity. That defensive group getting high fives from Ryan McMichael as they come off the bench, off the floor. Aston blasts one off the shoulder of Jackson Brown. Be a fresh 20 for the Monarchs. Quickly behind the net. Back out to Innes. Oh, they were trying for the dunk attempt, but Ford was diving before he caught the pass. Nice outlet pass, and Jeff Geddes on the run. Oh, good idea, but that passing was taken away. Now they've got Henry on the back door, but that pass lane is gone completely. So Ryan Nolan will just slow things down, hand it off to Geddes. They're not in a rush to get their forwards out as they're still in the penalty kill for another 50 seconds. Pass through to Terry, who bounces one. It's sitting there, and Haynes had to go find it. Monarchs, plenty of time for a full possession here. As Hodgins passes it ahead. Buck waiting till the whole offense is out now. Liam Aston. They go behind the net again. Strong right this time. Doesn't connect to Buck, but Aston will get there to get it. They've got 5 to shoot. Nice pass. Oh, they're going to say through the crease as Riley Ford had gone through and then took the first pass. Here's Ryan Haig. Good decision not to make the pass to them, but now he gets to Laskowitz, who rips one. That's on the backside of the mesh. That's a veteran play by Ryan Haig to see that the player's there, but the pass wasn't initially. Step around to create it. Here comes Aiden Saint. Laskowitz saying, no, I'm covered for now. We are back to even strength. Outlaws successfully kill the penalty, and Saint hanging on to it. Needs some help, gets it as he takes a bump, and Hickey will fling it over to St. John. His cross-court pass was knocked down. A trio of Monarchs sprinting up the floor. And Oshawa back the other way with Hickey leading ahead of St. John. He's going to set a pick for St. John. Goes to the far side, and here's Haig. Oh, that's a block shot, and that'll be a bruise for the defender tomorrow. That was Nathan Ethier. Another shot from outside, stopped by Haynes. Toronto had a player ahead. Running length to the floor, and there's a goal on the run. That's Chris Harland. Thought about the pass earlier. Turns out waiting and shooting was the right decision. And we've got ourselves a 1-goal game. It's 4-3 for the Outlaws. 11-17 to go here in the second. And the Outlaws coming in at 1-4 in 8th place, lost their last 3 games, so they really want to turn things around. And as the coaches were pointing out, that they haven't been losing by a lot. They've been in games. They've scored 14.2 per game. They've given up 15.8. So it's a 1.6 goal difference. They're not getting blown out, but you just can't give up 16 goals a game and win a whole lot. Toronto, a very different story as this battle along the bench ensues. Great job coming away with it. Love that work by Dunkerley. Sets up Buck, and we are tied up. Tanner Buck, the last man Oshawa wants to see in front of the net alone, and he ties it up. What a great play by Devin Dunkerley. Buck leading the team with 15 goals coming in. In fact, he's got more goals than anyone else on the team has points, except for Ty Jesso, and Jesso's not here tonight. So Buck by far the leading scorer, although they've been balancing it out pretty well tonight to tie it up at 4-4. Toronto's not been a high-scoring team with 12.6 goals per game, with 1.6 less than Oshawa, but giving up just 11. Almost 5 goals less, and we have a penalty coming along the boards. Once somebody gets possession, it's going to be a holding call on Graydon Foulon. Nope. He walked past the penalty box, as does the next player. One of them's got to go in. Mason Kaminga. Third time's the charm. He will go to the box, and Oshawa with a chance to regain their lead. Laskowitz will start on top as the Outlaws go strong right. Terry and St. John, the lefties, Terry down at the crease. That's Cole Hanrahan, and there's Josh Gilray down in the crease. Cutting Laskowitz kind of left alone. They couldn't quite get the pass through. Dozen seconds left on the shot clock. Hard underhand shot from Gilray. Put back attempt. Laskowitz couldn't quite find it. Terry can't come up with it. Now he gets the ball. A dozen seconds left on the shot clock. Gilray in the middle. A hard shot from outside by Hanrahan. That ball's bouncing around. It was a reset for Oshawa. So there are 15 seconds, and there's going to be a through the crease call. I've seen a couple of those saying Gilray has to put the ball down. Harlan up into the offensive zone. Great pass, and it's through. Nice finish there. So he gets it to Patrick Thompson. Excellent transition goal. Chris Harlan's having himself a game. Right decisions when to shoot, right decisions when to pass. He has been generating some transition. Again, Toronto averaging just 12.6 goals per game. And they've got 5 already, as we are 5:14 into the second quarter, and that one is shorthanded. Heidecker and McPherson at the dot. Taguri races back. It's Josh Taguri. Hands it off to Ryan Haig. Sorry, Gareth Haig. Devin Dunkerley, time on that goal. 4:07. Oh, a bouncer just wide. Did it touch anything? It did not. That'll be an over and back. Okay, that makes sense. I thought they were saying Devin Dunkerley has the goal, but they were announcing both because they came so quickly together. Patrick Thompson did have the last one, put Toronto ahead. They've got 30 seconds left right now in their penalty. They're doing a pretty good job of killing this one. 16 left on the shot clock. And Cody Ennis just circling and circling. There's going to get a little help from Liam Aston. Riley Ford wants to shoot. That one's off the target. Gets onto the backside of the mesh, but rolls out. Brown goes and gets it. 12 left on the power play. Will Oshawa try to have a go? 8 seconds as they move into the offensive zone. I don't imagine they will. Or will they? Yeah, they will. There you go. Luke Laskowitz having none of that weight thing. He's just going to let that one fly and tie things up. 1 second left on the power play clock as that one settled into the top corner of the net. We're all tied up 5-5. We are 6:23 into the second quarter. McPherson and Heidecker. McPherson pops it back. It's going to go to Taguri. Josh Taguri ahead to Saint. It's a nice catch, cross-handed down by the foot. Will it pay off? No, he steps in the crease. Nice effort by Cole Hanrahan. Just couldn't quite make the finish. Good job getting back by the Outlaws D, or by the Outlaws to get on D. But then they lose. Man, they did a great job of not allowing Noah Kearney to be available. And this is going to score at the other end on the run. Hickey, maybe a little bit lucky, because I was saying at the other end they allowed Noah Kearney to just pop out open and get that look. But on the rebound, they run in transition. That's the Oshawa Outlaws on a bit of a roll. They're up 6-5. McPherson and Kaminga. Geddes comes up with the possession. He's going to try and barge through another player. Oh, lost it on the shovel pass. And Kaminga will track it down, but Geddes right on him. Geddes still fighting for this ball. Still paddling away. Now Nolan's in there. 5 guys looking for that ball. It's down in the feet. Now, whose possession? We're down to 8 on the shot clock. It would have to be. There's a bump into the boards. I think Oshawa wanted to call on that one. Shot clock expires. Ryan Nolan gives Mason Kaminga a tap. Say, sorry about that. Hope you're all right. After drilling him with that shot right as the buzzer was going. So yeah, so Geddes had some possession for a bit. So that makes sense. It was Oshawa's shot clock. Tanner Buck. Watched by Saint. Knocked down. Saint's going to fight for that one. Man, I haven't seen Aiden Saint play for a while. It is fun. It is lively. Through the crease on that one. They're saying Tanner Buck, first guy to take a pass after going through. Tanner Buck doesn't buy it. Here come the Outlaws, leading by 1 with just under 7 to play in the half. St. John, the league's all-time leading scorer. Probably the all-time leader in assists, I would imagine. He's got a bunch of goals too, but man, he is a terrific setup guy. Now he's popping out to the top. Big stop. Shovel ahead. Running onto it. It's Matt Hodgins. Might as well shoot that one, and Jackson Brown is there. You can see Brown edging the other way, thinking Hodgins might just pass it. Not a huge goal scorer. That was a good decision to shoot, though. Just couldn't quite slide it home. I think he beats the count, gets across center. Here's Laskowitz. Not the last one. He's going to pass one across to Terry, who couldn't make the catch. Trying to get a quick shot off and went a little bit before the ball was to him. Here's Laskowitz. Oh, nice checking. That's going to get up and out of play. Good defensive pressure there from Aaron Walker. I think we have the officials timeout. 5:56 to go here in the second quarter. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Arena Lacrosse League action, and we'll be back right after this quick break. Welcome back, lacrosse friends. Co-head coach Ryan McMichael just checking with the officials to make sure the score was right. They knew what was going on. It is. They lead 6-5 with under 6 minutes to go here in the half. Laskowitz. Oshawa starts to go. It pops out. Doesn't get to the ceiling. Shovel pass ahead. Nice play. Oh, it doesn't quite get to where they're hoping. So Patrick Thompson had to go back for it. Still a pretty decent chance. He shoots Jackson Brown with the stop. Webb with the outlet pass. Adam Horlak. They were teammates at Trenton University. Well, both have been all Canadians, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I'm quite sure of it. Saved by Sam Haynes, who's really settled down as this game has gone on. It was 4-1 for Oshawa at one point, 5-2 for the Monarchs since then. Haynes looking really comfortable. He was looking shaky. I mentioned there was one play early in the game where he even bobbled the ball. When play had been blown down, he had possession in the crease. He just seemed to be fighting, as happens occasionally, but he's sorted that out, looking pretty sharp. Nice pass out front, nice twister, but Noah Kearney turned aside the acrobatic Jackson Brown. Here comes Josh Chiguri on the run. Oh, he's got the man off the bench. Gilray wanted that one, but it didn't go in. I think he's trying to convince the official that it went through the netting. We saw one a couple weeks ago like that with Chase Fraser in an NLL game in Buffalo. But I don't think that was the case here. It's a weird one when it goes through the net. Like goes into the net and right through the mesh. They're going to pull back, and Nate Laycock will wait. Buck had to go up and get that one. It's the cutter. Not sure why Cody Innes was left so alone. Now that long outlet pass won't connect directly, but Gilray's the first one there. Fights through, goes to the net, scores. What an effort by Gilray to stay out of the crease. Not sure the Monarchs agree that he kept his feet out. They're going to go up 7-5 with exactly 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Really good rebound by the Outlaws, after having seen their 4-1 lead disappear. Unless I'm mistaken, Toronto actually went ahead 5-4. 3 straight in response, and the Outlaws back on top by a couple. McPherson, Kuminga. McPherson, good clamp, rips it out. He loves to rip to that spot, but this time they're going to be beaten to the punch by Cohen Jennings, who's the first guy there and comes up with the ball. He'll bounce it out top, and they're going to set up the O. Outlet pass. Oh, Brown can't connect with Clofer. Now it's Haynes' turn. He's going to make a shorter, simpler pass. Oh, it's going to turn into a great chance for Buck, but it was just behind his stick as he tried to get ready to shoot. Track meet time. Hard shot by McDonald, turned aside by Haynes. Good job coming with the rebound and staying out of the crease on that run. Buck will bounce one through traffic. It's a pretty nifty little pass. Not as easy as it may look to make a bounce pass from at short range. Aston's just going to fire. He's looking for his options. Not really any appealing ones. Long pass to Webb. Oshawa may want to just have a couple of possessions. Love the transition game, but at some point, I think they're going to want to get their forwards out there some more. Here's Ennis passing it through. That shot quickly from Buck. Missed the net. They're down to 10 to shoot. Aston gets it to Buck. Shot stopped. The putback attempt. It's going to get up into play. It's off of Buck, so it'll be Oshawa possession. They're jogging the ball up this time through Adam Horelak. Here's St. John driving to the net. He's got a couple today. He can match his season output with another one in this game. There's a nice shot by Hanrahan. Great pickup on that loose ball off the rebound. And a fresh 20 for the Outlaws. Gareth Haig will fire one cross floor to Laskowitz, who likes that shot. Haynes, though, able to pull it down. Haynes isn't everywhere to pass. That's a tough one to try and feed through to Ben Heidecker. Was running out of time and options. So it's going to be Oshawa possession thanks to their forecheck. 1:43 left to go in the half. Outlaws still up by a pair. St. John across the top. Nothing opening up. Hickey couldn't catch that one. It's going to be grabbed here by Thompson. Bounces it ahead. Connects with Dunkerley. Devin Dunkerley having quite a game. Aston going to get a pick. Webb fights through it. Pretty good two-man D there. Shoulder save by Brown. Fresh 20 for the Monarchs. We approach the final minute in the half. Aston handed off that pass to them through the middle. Just missing on the quick stick was Cohen Jennings. Laskowitz rips one. Did that go? Yeah, it did go off of Haynes. That's a fresh 30. 52.7. The Outlaws may go for the 2-for-1 here. We'll see. I don't know. I think they're pretty happy in this set. I don't know. They may just like that shot. It is going to have the effect of a 2-for-1, whether they're intending it or not. Sure, it was in their minds anyway. Forward with the long sweeping fake. Ryan McMichael making it clear he wants a timeout for his Outlaws on possession. 10 on the shot clock for Toronto. Hard rip that was blocked out front. And possession timeout. There you go. So Jackson Brown will come to the bench. The Oshawa goaltender is going to make his way over to the bench. And he's going to stay there. Oshawa will send 6 attackers out. See if they can extend this 7-5 lead before they go to the halftime break. So Gilray, Hanrahan, and Laskowitz are the righties in the huddle. St. John and Haig, number 7 and 3, the lefties, and Zach Terry is sitting up on the bench and watching. He's number 18. So that's going to be your half dozen players out there for this final possession of the first half. Toronto sends out their final minute crew. Includes Patrick Thompson, Mason Kaminga, Chris Harland. What else do we have down there? Oh, and Nathan Ethier down in the defensive end and starting up high is Devin Dunkerley put the initial pressure on. 10 seconds. 7. Oshawa's going to go. St. John across. Laskowitz down low, diving. No good. Haynes makes the last stop on Cole Hanrahan, and we'll go to the break with the score 7-5 for the Oshawa Outlaws over the Toronto Monarchs. We'll be back with the second half of Arena Lacrosse League action after the break. I'm Stephen Stamp. Thanks for being with us. We will see you shortly. And we're ready to go. Quarter number 3 action about to get underway. You hear Toronto's bench yelling early. They're okay because they got the ball and they get the first goal of the second half. Taking it from the faceoff there was Patrick Thompson. He's got the C on the jersey tonight. He is one of the alternate captains. Jordan Dance, the usual captain, not here, so we'll consider Patrick Thompson the captain tonight. He's got himself a couple of goals. Doing a nice finish there off that draw. And it's a 1-goal game just 5 seconds into the third. And Haig is battling for this one. Pops out. Josh Chiguri comes away with it. Flicks it ahead. Finds Zach Terry. Zach Terry, the top goal scorer for the Outlaws with 17 coming into the game. I don't think he's got one tonight, though. John St. John has a couple. Almost had 3 there. Going to get better play. Didn't touch the goalie or the post or a player. So it will be Monarchs possession. Here comes Chris Harlan. He is not one of the alternate captains for the Monarchs, even though he has the A on tonight on these Burlington Blaze jerseys. By the way he's playing, he could well be one. Oh, big hit from Nick Webb. Somehow holding on to the ball was Riley Ford. Comes out to try and get a shot on goal. It's knocked loose. Ben McDonald was looking for the ball behind the net. He and Jackson Brown couldn't figure it out. It was up over center. Monarchs back into the offensive zone with Ethier in control. Kearney hands it off. Cohen Jennings eventually gets it around to the far side. Backpedaling. Aston's pass didn't connect. All kinds of forecheck pressure, but nice job running through that from McPherson. Well, he gets rolling once he has a bit of space. Pass across to Terry, who bounces one. Nice save, Haynes. Straight to Haig. He's thinking about the dunk. Haynes throws the hand up. Knocked it away. Haig was in the crease anyway. And here we come the other way with Matt Hodgins. Pass through. That's a shot coming and just wide. Brown tried to snag it off the backboards after Noah Kearney's shot went wide and bounced back out. As Nolan coming away with it, gets ahead to Kobe Hanser. St. John, the first lefty off the bench. For the Outlaws, there's no transition, so he'll just chug down into the offensive zone. Handerhan spins. He's got Gilray. They'll invert. We're going to have an illegal pick called. And no penalty on Gilray's stick getting thrown away. He had gotten high into the face of one of the Monarchs defenders. That's where the illegal pick came in, but no penalty call. But then the stick being chucked away may have just crossed that line. But St. John to the back door. Gilray bangs it home. That might be the lacrosse gods saying, you throw his stick down here, he's going to wait for it and get the pass and put home the quick stick. Make it 8-6 Outlaws. Josh Gilray going where his stick led him. McPherson's going to come take the draw again. Just saw him switching out his twig at the bench for the face-off stick. He's going up against Mason Kaminga. Very contrasting styles and players here. They both clamp and battle, though, for this face-off. Kaminga popped it out. Snagged there. Illegal pick by Kaminga. Having some words for McPherson. Here's St. John. Thought about the shot. Well defended there, but now he fights past his check. Tries to get the pass to Terry, but good stick-on-stick contact from Dunkerley. Delayed penalty coming. Just as Brown gets to the bench, the play is blown down. Didn't see whether that was a high stick or a slash. Get the call from the official right at center here. It's going to be a slashing call. So that will send Oshawa with an 8-6 lead to the power play. Laskowitz at the top, so they'll be strong right again. Again with Hanrahan and Gilray. St. John and Terry again, the lefties. Thompson and Harland up top on the penalty kill. Ethier again at the down low. Long, I think that's Kaminga. Yeah. Behind the back pass. Gilray likes the underhand shot, but it's swallowed up by Haynes. Gonna lob one ahead, just too far. Oh, and gets up and out of play. Just over the glass. Young fan. Oh, I thought she was racing to get that ball. No, she was just running to chase a friend she's playing with. One of our more mature fans handed that one back to the officials. St. John has it on the power play. 1:20 to go in the man advantage. Laskowitz, hard rip, coming right back to him. Just had it tipped away by Dunkerley. Thompson. He's got his eye on the net. Don't think he's thinking about going to net, but he's going to pass it back door. Nice chance created for Buck. He was stopped by Brown. Outlaws with 1 minute left in the man advantage go back to the offensive zone. Here's Laskowitz. Backdoor pass. Trying the cross floor again, but this time Hanrahan stopped. Nice outlet pass as they get it ahead and clear the zone. Foulon's going to look for help. Gets to Buck with 30 seconds left on the power play. 18 now on the shot clock. Oh, nice feed through. Big save by Brown. It was a lovely pass from Liam Aston. Found Riley Ford. 10 seconds left now on the power play. St. John pulls up, looks to see who's got with him. Laskowitz, who scored a goal earlier with 1 second left on a power play. That's going to be a crease violation on Zach Terry, so no goal. Now the long outlet pass. Well played. Oh, what a pass. Another big save. Jackson Brown throws that arm up and robs Liam Aston. Who was that? That was Jason Crawford making a baseball catcher style stop with the chest and then grabbing the ball to maintain possession for the Monarchs. Buck gets to the far side. There's Aston coming from behind the net. Ennis gets rocked, but pops up and fights his way through the middle. Now they get it to him. Ennis trying to fight through. That's a pretty high check from Saint. Shot clock expires. That was a little helmety. Pass comes to McDonald on the near side. He'll leave it here. Laskowitz. He is eyeing that net. He's a terrific shooter against 6 goals last week, or in his last game, his first and only game for the Outlaws so far this season. He added 4 assists as well. What a night. Yeah, 1 game played, and he's in their top 5 in scoring. That pass almost tipped, but it does get out to St. John at the top, who was top 1 in scoring for the Outlaws. With 26 assists and 3 goals coming in. He's got a pair of goals tonight. That's Terry. Flogging one late in the shot clock. Harlan. Head to Buck. Okay, he was kind of showing it to Mac McPherson. He was just making sure he was over center. Aston out of the corner. Follows the lead blocking there of Cody Ennis. Gets a shot off now. Aston the first one there. Good battle though by, I think that was Adam Horelak fighting for that one. Still a scramble and Ryan Haig comes away with it. Gets up over center. He's going to leave it there. No. Oh, now he's going to throw a really tough pass that Gilroy's not going to be able to handle. That's just not a great decision. Here comes Dunkerley. Going to push it in a little bit and then toss it back up top. Kearney. Trying to barge his way in. Spinning shot. That's no goal. Very close. Good effort from Nate Laycock. Now Nolan running the other way. That's going to get up into the rafters. Is it going to come down? It did come down. And just like that, we're at the officials' timeout. 7:17 to go. It's 8-6 for Oshawa. What a rapid first half of this third quarter. I'm Steven Stampa. We'll be back with Arena Lacrosse League action in 2 minutes. Welcome back, lacrosse friends. We're underway with the final 7:16 of the third quarter. Possession in the stick of Noah Kearney to start things out. And here comes an offensive set. And a shot from Kearney just a little bit wide. It's going to come all the way out to Liam Aston. They've still got a dozen on the shot clock. That pass doesn't connect, and Nolan will come up with it. Ryan Nolan spins. Good idea. They get it ahead to St. John, who buries it. The hat-trick goal for John St. John. Really nice catch by John Weller to take that pass, which was a good idea from Ryan Nolan, but not perfectly executed. It was a little tricky. Had to short hop it off the turf, but came away with it, hit St. John perfectly, and St. John time to throw a couple of fakes and tuck that one home. 9-6 with 6:49 to play in the third. Oshawa pulling ahead. Hagen Heidecker, the game-opening face-off guys, back to the dot. That's a good quick clamp. Haig pulls away to himself, whips it back at Josh Shiguri. He's going to have to track it down to the end of the floor. I am digging this new PA system. It's got to be, because it sounds really good. The acoustics in here have never been perfect. Laskowitz trying to fight through. He does fight through. Some hard work from Thompson, but Laskowitz just battled through it. One-hand pickup, and Harland on the run. He's got his opposite number 11, Taguri, on him. There's a lane to the net. Nick Webb races back to take that away and then goes to pick up Tanner Buck. Jackson Brown knocked that one down. Driving to the net. That's no good. It's going to be a crease violation as he lands in the blue paint. Here comes Max McPherson. Oh, they hit St. John for his fourth. What a quick pass. And it barely touched St. John's stick before it's in the back of the net. Remember, John St. John came into this game with 3 goals in 4 games this season. He's got 4 in less than 3 quarters tonight. What a game for the league's all-time leading scorer. Kaminga comes away with it. It's been so long since we were here at Children's Arena with the holiday break and that John St. John's grown a beard again. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I saw him before the game. Now I'm thinking of it because he was clean shaven last game I called here. Pass through the middle. Oh, what a finish. Cohen Jennings takes a lovely pass from Liam Aston. Reaches up over the shoulder of Jackson Brown. Tucks it home to get the Monarchs rolling again. Makes it 10-7 with 5.5 to go here in the third. Again, Oshawa entering the game on a 3-game losing streak at 1-4. There's a fair chunk of season left, 14-game schedule, so they played 5. This is game number 6 for both teams. Toronto at 3-2, having won their last couple of games. Both the teams Toronto's tied with will play tomorrow, Sweekin and Peterborough. Those teams all at 3-2 right now. Another nice pass through the middle. Just missing was Thompson. He wants it back behind the net. He's looking, hits the cutter. That shot was wide. Great chance for Kearney. Just couldn't get it on net. Weller comes up with it. Pass ahead to St. John. I thought he might let that one go the way he's been firing tonight, but probably wise decision to pull it out, set things up. Here's Laskowitz. Gets a little pick. Finds Terry, who ducks underneath. Rips a sidearm well off target. There's one from downtown. Braden Hickey. Not very popular with Jason Crawford. Nothing you can do about it at this point as Hickey bounces that one home. They've been shooting low a lot on Sam Haynes. It's been working out, and they are now up 11-7 with 4:33 to go. You hear Toronto saying early again is Ryan Hank is pretty quick. Now they're going to call a loose ball push, and it's going to be Oshawa possession. Hank feeds it through to St. John. Almost 5. Now Kaminga's looking up the floor. Finds the man off the bench. Reaching back was Riley Ford. He's on his own in the offensive zone till his reinforcements arrive. Here they come. 18 on the shot clock. Ennis goes underneath. Strocher comes on him, but great move by Ennis. He just can't finish. It's a terrific little hesitation and duck back out top of the crease by Cody Ennis, and he can't believe it as he gets to the bench. Some nights it's just not your night, but there's still time. There's 18.5 minutes to play. Still chances. Haynes gets that one. That's checking the crease. And there may be one coming the other way as well. Now getting up into each other's faces. Oh, and there's another one that's got to be for Nathan Ethier. The first one was the check in the crease. Then Ethier got one for going after Hickey and knocking him down. We'll see how this one plays out. You can see the officials chatting about what all they have. The first one was the interference, checking the goalie in the crease. Then Ethier ran out and gave a cross-check to one of the Oshawa players. So there's one of each in the box right now. So it's interference in the crease, and then it's just a roughing minor to Ethier. He gets fortunate on that one, honestly. And Toronto's going to have the ball. Yeah, a little surprised, I got to admit. After Ethier re-engaged, after he'd already gotten a penalty, came up with this cross-check right to the face. We're going to go 4-on-4, though. Spinning is Innes out to Aston. He'll rip. That's off the post. Toronto wants it back in. They're going to get it. That's a tough one. I mean, Toby Hanser was not trying to knock that ball into the crease, but he did knock it straight to his goaltender. Aston's lob pass across to Buck. That pass gets away from Innes. Jackson Brown has it. Off to Ben McDonald. St. John. Hanrahan's got tons of space here while the rest of the Outlaws come out. Blaskowitz and Terry, the other forwards. Hard rip, stopped by Haynes. Terry gets it, bounces one, stopped by Haynes. Jack Terry's not used to going scoreless for such extended stretches. He just has a knack for putting the ball in the net. Here's Tanner Buck. Buck gets it back from Ford. Taguri well up on him. Jeff Geddes coming up to pick them up as well. Solid man-to-man D here by the Outlaws. 5 seconds left to shoot. Aston's just going to get this one off himself. Label top corner, but Jackson Brown slides out on his knees and throws the shoulder up. Max McPherson, it's a 3-on-1. McPherson didn't have it, Geddes did. That was my bad. Geddes is rocked after taking that shot. Cohen Jennings wants this ball. He's got it. Moves it on quickly to Buck. Pretty nice chance for Buck, but again, turned aside by Jackson Brown. Brown had a great first quarter. He's having a pretty excellent third quarter as well. Must like that net to our right. Just a minute and a half left in the third. Clofer on the run. What a shot. Brett Clofer takes the pass. I believe that was from St. John. On the run and just rips one home. He's playing some forward for these guys. You can see why with those hands. 1:24 to go. And it's now 12-7 for the Outlaws. 1:24 in the third quarter, that is, of course. Oh, it's going to be a loose ball push. Ryan Nolan doesn't like it. It wasn't egregious, but it was definitely a loose ball push on a player who was going to pick it up as Patrick Thompson went to the turf. I think it's the right call. We are back to even strength 5-on-5. Oshawa had momentarily lost Cody Innes, but they get back on him as he takes that shot. Webb up high, checking. Over to Thompson, far side. Thinking dunk. It's not there, so the rip up top. Reverse whip attempt. Nice try by Patrick Thompson. He gets off target a bit. Gets up out of play. That's Oshawa ball. That's a long rip. Oh, nice try. Had to go for the bouncer. You can't throw it too high here with the fairly low ceiling. So Ryan Nolan, bit of a line drive that hopped up a bit too much for John St. John to handle. Here's Buck. He's going to take that one. They gave him a bunch of space. Looked a little surprised for a moment, then thought, yeah, I'll let this one go. They get the ball back, fresh 20. Cohen Jennings to the far side. Aston Ducks across the top. Feeds the cutter. Pretty good pick by Noah Kearney, by Nate Laycock, but the roll was just not there. Penalty coming to the Monarchs. So it's illegal substitution on the Monarchs. Devin Dunkley was out there. He'll have to join his comrades on the bench. As Laskowitz starts with the ball up top. Same power play formation for the Outlaws, and I believe it's the same group of defenders on the penalty kill. Hard shot by Laskowitz. Turned aside, comes back to him though. Oh, he tried to go to the back door. But just as the quarter closes, long shot from Matt Hodgins. Doesn't get there in time. We're going to take a 2-minute break and we'll return to another minute 44 of Outlaws power play as they lead 12-7 entering the fourth. "15 minutes to go. Outlaws up by 5. Solid position to try and get their second win of the year. It'll be Ryan Haig and Mason Kaminga at the dot for the opening draw here. Oshawa going left to right this quarter. Jackson Brown in net for the Outlaws has been fantastic in the first and third quarters. Toronto got to him some in the second. Let's see how he does to our left at that end of the arena now. Sam Haynes is just finishing up a few adjustments. A little wipe of the sweat from the brow, and he's ready to go. Everyone's ready. The whistle's blown. It pops up high with a sneaky little grab with the offhand, but gets away with it, and Zach Terry will have the ball for the Outlaws. Laskowitz fixes his stick and then prepares for a pass. He's walking onto the floor with the hand in the pocket, making sure it was ready to shoot. He's going to get it to the top. And pass it over St. John. Oh, tried to feed it through to Cole Hanrahan. Just a little bit of a tip. That shot got through from Laskowitz. Haynes stopped it. Scooped up by Hodgins. Forecheck pressure from Laskowitz doesn't dislodge the ball. Still over a minute on the penalty. As Thompson slows things down. Oshawa had Laskowitz slowly going to the bench. Trying to make a sneaky little man up the floor chance, but Toronto saw it and left Mason Kaminga with him. We go back to the power play. Still 46 to go on the man advantage. Hanrahan immediately back to Laskowitz. There's St. John. Pretty good lane. Shoots far side. It scores. Took a moment as Haynes seemed to get a fair bit of it, but he's just now pulling that ball out. Just ready to admit that one went in. Power play goal makes it 13-7. What a great start to the fourth quarter for Oshawa. A minute 11 into this final frame. Toronto comes up with the ball, and oh, they had a nice look at the net, but Cohen Jennings couldn't connect. Trying to hit Foulon. That one's picked off. They get the player off the bench. Good change. Buck comes in, scores. Perfect transition play for the Monarchs. And they've got one back to make it 13-8. Still a big hill to climb as they're down by 5 with 13:24 to go. Here's another chance. Big save by Jackson Brown. It's another glorious opportunity. That was through the crease by Foulon. He's going to have to leave the ball there, but my goodness. Oshawa's coach is going to be having a chat with their guys about 5-goal lead is quite a bit, but it's not enough to allow chances like that over and over again. St. John all on his own on this side. There's Laskowitz cutting. Nice attempt, but Haynes was ready for it. Pulls the ball back to himself. Pops up from his knees. Lobs it ahead. It's a pretty nice sequence for Haynes. Get across, make the stop, pounce out, bring the ball into himself. Pop to his knees. Get the pass off. Oh, hard twister. Just a little bit wide. That was Kearney with the shot. Now John Weller rocking into the offensive zone. Scores! Weller in transition. So 14-8, Oshawa re-extends that lead to 6 goals. McPherson, oh, great job tapping that one back. Love that little face-off play by McPherson, who continues to grow on me as a player. Laskowitz blasts one off the target. Nice hustle from Gilray, but he gets plastered into the boards as he was about to pick the ball up. 7 left on the shot clock for Oshawa. Zach Terry gets a spin, shoots. No goal. What a play though by Zach Terry to spin away and get that chance. Here's Kaminga. Captain hands it off. Gets it back. Oh, he's well in the crease. He looks up and he knows. That wasn't even he was on the line. He was past the line with his left foot. Why some guys play defense. Sorry, that was a little mean, but it's a good chance for Kaminga. He was so upset with himself. Hard rip from Hickey. Another chance for Haynes to come out and rip. Oh, that's a bit too much. All the way down to Brown. Love the idea by Haynes. You can see him shaking his head at himself after not making the pass. He got a little excited and really line drived it. Just too far. Bounce pass to St. John on the near boards. Ooh. Getting zesty over on the far side. Clofer was up for an offensive shift, and he and a Toronto player are going to go for penalties. They're jousting back and forth. That was Aaron Walker getting into it with him. And Clofer to be slashing on, I think both slashing. Clofer for sure, because he got the stick right onto the face of Aaron Walker, who's a little smaller. That was a pretty zesty battle up there. We're 4-on-4. So St. John's going to start with along these near boards. The lone lefty is send. Oh, he's going to come back up to center. Three righties out for Oshawa. Isolate a little Patrick Thompson watching St. John. Blast from Gilray. Rebound was scooped up. It's a 2-on-1. Dunkerley. Oh, what a shot. Devin Dunkerley. It's a great play. He had Liam Aston with him. No, he didn't. He had Patrick Thompson with him. Still a pretty good option. But Dunkerley chooses to shoot. Boy, he's had himself a night. We remain 4-on-4. Monarchs. The goal's been credited to Oshawa and announced as Zach Terry. It was the other way. It was Devin Dunkerley for Toronto. I'm sure the Monarchs are going to make a point of discussing that with the officials. Big battle along the boards. Hakes and a tap it ahead. Can't come away with it. Buck's got it. Buck hands it off there. Innes. Oh, good defensive shift. Nice work. Is that Ben McDonald? It is. Oh, then Innes runs right by him. Pings it off the crossbar. Yeah, and we can hear now the Toronto bench saying, yeah, they put the goal up on the wrong side. They're correct. It was put up on the wrong side of the scoreboard. That will get fixed. Should be 14-9. St. John, nice pass through to Terry. Maybe it was just a premonition as Zach Terry now gets one. They just announced a Zach Terry goal about a minute ago, and now he's scored. That will make it 15-8. Still 36 seconds left of 4-on-4 action. These teams are making the most of it. And it's 15-9 in reality and on the scoreboard with 9:44 to play. McPherson and Heidecker. Nobody controlling the clamp. Heidecker rakes through. That's going to roll right back to his teammate, Harlan. That one's picked off by Josh Chiguri. Thought about the pass, wasn't there. Good decision, runs it ahead. Now we will find the trailer, leaving it there for Horlack. St. John with the fake, gets a pick, cuts through, nice drive to the net, behind the back. Oh, what a pass. Braden Hickey just couldn't quite get it on target. Late in the 30s, Laskowitz tries one, flogging from downtown. Didn't get it. It's a breakaway chance for Thompson. Scores! What a great fake by Thompson. And then tucks that one home, and it's 15-10. We're back to the 5-goal lead that I think it was when we started the quarter. We were 6:06 into this final frame. McPherson and Heidecker again. Violation by McPherson. So Tanner Buck's got this pass. They're trying to create something quickly. Not really there, so Liam Aston looking. Pretty good pick. Takes a shot from downtown. Jackson Brown up from his knees. Geddes up over center. Finds St. John. Behind the back pass. It's going to be off the boards. Terry had to track it down. It's knocked loose. That would have been over and back. It's saved by Terry, but it's going to roll right to the Monarchs. That pass through doesn't quite connect. Would have been a nice chance for Cody Innes. He's having a bit of a hard luck night. There's a good chance for him. Off the crossbar. They get possession, but Cody Innes can't believe it. He's had some good chances, taking some good shots. Just nothing dropping. That pass doesn't connect. Chiguri has a 2-on-1 with Webb. Passes it to him. Webb scores. Kind of a slow developing transition play. Webb did a nice job collecting himself on top of the crease. Popping that one home. McPherson, good clamp. Swats it out. Aiden Saint runs it up over center. St. John with it. 16-10. for the Outlaws as we reach the midway point of the fourth quarter. Gilray, a bomb from downtown. Haynes had it somewhere in the gear. It falls out after the whistle. He passes it ahead. Here comes Kearney. Hands it up. Cuts into the offensive zone. Thompson will take his time surveying. Has Buck on the far side. Gets it to him. Behind the net. Laycock fighting through everyone. Gets a shot off. Stopped by Brown. Forecheck pressure. They're all over Geddes. And it's going to be Laycock getting it. Fresh 20 for the Monarchs. They got some work to do with 6 goals to make up in this final 6:46. Cohen Jennings rips one. Stopped by Brown. Grabs that out of his gear. And that will be the officials' timeout. Our final one. Tonight, with 6:40 to go, it's a 16-10 lead for the Outlaws. I'm Steven Stamp. Thanks for being with us, lacrosse friends. We'll be back with the run to the finish. $6:40 to go in the fourth. Oshawa has already passed their season average of 14.2 goals for in a game as they have 16. Toronto, they averaged 12.8, 12.6, so they're close with their 10, but it's the defensive side that's really been a difference. Jackson Brown's been excellent in net for the Outlaws. Here's St. John, who's been the driving force. That was almost picked off by Dunkerley. Led to a good chance for Laskowitz. And here's the outlet pass from Haynes. Low, but caught by Thompson. They're going to leave. Gilroy, nope, they're not. They're going to go back and get a defender. There was a Oshawa player staying up the floor, and Toronto just called their defender off and said, just leave him. We're going to get our guys out here. Oshawa didn't want to give up the 5-on-4. That shot by Buck off the defender. Ryan Hay could have a mark from that one. It'll be a fresh 20 for the Monarchs. Cody Ennis. That just popped out of his stick. St. John playing D, takes off, wide open breakaway, looking for the sock trick, and of course he buries that one. John St. John, what a night. And it's 17-10. $5:39 to go now. McPherson and Kuminga had several battles at the dot tonight. Bit of jawing at times as well. Kuminga pops that one out, and it's Toronto possession. Call a loose ball push, but Kuminga doesn't like that one. Here comes Seguri. Kuminga's not paying attention. Now he'll go pick him up. That pass to Terry, and he buries that one. Wheels falling off here a bit for the Monarchs. They're down 18-10 with 5.5 to go. Unless they can make the huge comeback here, the Monarchs will fall to 500 instead of 3-3. Drop behind Peterborough and Oswego, with whom they're currently tied for second. Both those teams playing here tomorrow. Oswego, I believe, is in the early game at Whitby. It's the 1 p.m. game, and then the later game is Six Nations at Peterborough. Bouncer from Max McPherson. It's going to be an over and back. Nice hustle effort there to try and save that over and back by Horlak. Couldn't quite get there, though. Patrick Thompson. Oh, what a nice pass. Feeds it through traffic. Perfect timing to Buck, who gets a shot off. But now it's a break for Laskowitz. That's a nice save. Sam Haynes isn't going to celebrate because they're down by 8. And now a wide open look for Gilray, and another save by Haynes. The Zach Courier special by Laskowitz. Great over the head check. And then comes away with the ball and pirouettes out of traffic. Hands it off to Gilray. And now they're going to slow things down a little wisely. 8-goal lead and less than 5 to play. You don't really need to be rushing to get shots. I mean, wide open looks, sure. Take them. Here's St. John. Gilray. Terry's going to shoot. And he's going to score. See, he had not a whole lot going on most of the night. Now he's got himself a hat trick. Tell you, the guy just finds a way to put the ball in the net. It's 19-10 with 4:35 to go. Another game on Sunday out at the ILA. Lance Wynn will have the call on that one. And things keep on rolling, moving forward through to the end of the 14 game per team regular season. Oh, nice pickoff by Braden Hickey. He's driving towards the net. He's got McPherson trailing. Oh, the ball just pops out of his stick. He's going to fight to try and get it back. In possession to Toronto. I'm not sure what the call was, but it is Monarchs possession with 4:14 to go. Riley Ford running through a couple of checks. We'll leave it there for Laycock. Oh, nice pass. A great catch and shot, but Kearney turned aside by Jackson Brown. That long pass doesn't connect with McPherson. Again, I'm not sure you need to really be pushing that. Judging by the way Ryan McMichael is leaning back against the wall and looking at the ceiling, I think he might agree that they don't really need to be pushing transition. Give a chance for Riley Ford there. He misses. John Weller has it. He'll get it ahead to Aiden Saint, who I'm pretty sure is going to slow this down a little. John St. John saying, come on, come play with us. Let's go. 20 seconds on the shot clock. It's knocked away from Saint. Over to Laskowitz. Saint heads to the bench. They get Gilray out for the last dozen seconds of the possession. That pass goes awry, and there's Haynes. Wide open breakaway. Got to get somebody back. Saved by the post there. St. John now. He's going to shoot. Haynes has it. Wasn't sure where, but he had it. Very casually picked out of his gear and placed into his stick by Matt Hodgins to pass it ahead. Nice blast by Liam Aston. Pretty sure that's going to be a little too late, as that makes it 19-11 with 2:49 to go. You can check out all the stats, scores, schedule, standings at arenalacrosseleague.com. Games are embedded there as well, so you can see games from the West and the East. See how things are going with the Women's Arena Lacrosse League. Again, both East and West, and the U22s. Toronto. Big rip from Buck. That one's wide. It's going to be not over and back. That's a nice save. Oh, don't chase after him, though. Handoff. Chance. Oh, pretty nice move by Gilray, but Sam Haynes with a big save. It's caught by Cody Innes. Kind of want to see him get a goal tonight. I think he deserves one after the tough luck he's had. A solid game. There's Josh Taguri. Gilray off the bench is saying, nope, slow it down, slow it down. There it is. Less than 2 minutes to go, and Oshawa decides, yeah, we're going to take our time now. 19-11 the score. 10 on the shot clock as Hickey flings it across to Laskowitz. Hofer's off to get a defender out. St. John's shot is blocked, and it's going to be Monarchs possession. Matt Hodgins, the veteran. Good leader for this club. He and the leadership group are going to have to gather together, see how they get prepared for their next contest. Aston with a shot, Jackson Brown with the save. Webb hands it off to Terry. Final minute of this period. Pass doesn't connect. And it's going to be Toronto possession. Long bounce pass. Track down there. Pretty nice job getting that one. And they're ripping the goal. Jason Crawford. I recall his memories of him scoring the huge overtime championship winning goal for the Barrie Blizzard back in the CLAX days. It's over a decade and a half of a very good lacrosse that Paul St. John and his crew have brought. This is Arena Lacrosse League action at the Children's Arena in Oshawa. Lots more action coming this weekend. We are 6 games into the season for all the teams. Final 35 seconds. Josh Gray up over center. 14. St. John with it. Laskowitz couldn't quite get that. The last push here for the Monarchs. That one's wide. It's going to be an over and back. 3 seconds left. Everyone's saying just run it. Play blown in, and the final will be 19-12 for the Oshawa Outlaws, improving to 2-4 with this win over the Toronto Monarchs, who dropped to 3-3. That will wrap things up for this one. I'm Steven Sam. Thanks for being with us here at Children's Arena for our Arena Lacrosse League action. There's lots more coming this weekend. Make sure you check out the YouTube page and the website, and we will see you soon.